What is going on, everybody? It's the Front, and we're here for AEW on TNT review for June 10th, 2020. We are on our way to Fyter Fest Part 1, which will be coming to you July 1st. Tonight's show was a pretty good card. Cody on versus Mark Quinn for the TNT Championship. Update on John Moxley versus Brian Cage. Colt Cabana versus Sammy Guevara. The Inner Circle of Pride and Power and Jake Hager versus Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander versus Nyla Rose and Penelope Ford. The Butcher and the Blade versus FTR. That was your lineup for tonight. And Chris Jericho was on commentary for majority of this show, until of course the match with Best Friends and Inner Circle. So, first off, do we need 4 men on commentary? I know everybody was happy about seeing Jericho back on commentary, but did we really need 4 people? Now I will say, Jericho on commentary Jericho and the 4-man group didn't do what normally WWE would do during WrestleMania. I used to hate when WWE would have their WrestleMania or Royal Rumble matches and have 4 people on fucking commentary, because everyone would just be talking all over each other and sound like a fucking mess. This tonight was not that bad. Nobody talked over each other. Nobody was like skipping on anybody else. They all came off great. So, definitely awesome stuff. Now, FTR versus the Butcher and the Blade started us off. Dax and Cash, I guess entrance is going to be coming in the truck that they showed up with last week until we get back to regular arenas. I don't know what they'll do after that. But they come out. Dax and Blade start the match, multiple lockups. Dax finally gets the upper hand. Blade finally gets a hit to the gut, and then they start trading blows. Dax gets a roll up for a 2 count, then an inside cradle for another 2. Cash then comes in. Cash comes in, then Dax comes in again. They attack the arm of the Blade, continuing to cut the ring in half, just like any basic tag team would do. Any tag team wrestling 101. Cut the ring off from your opponent's tag team partner. The small, minuscule crowd that they had, these wrestlers and whoever was in the Daily's place, actually was chanting for FTR, so I don't know if they're pseudo baby faces or this was just for now. Dax works on the arm. Blade finally gets the tag to the Butcher, and then both teams square off. Cash tags in. Butcher and Cash clash. Cash attacks the Butcher. Butcher is no selling it. Cash fakes an injury. He gets tossed hard. He's holding his shoulder like, man, I just fucked my shoulder up. Back up. The ref's like, back up. But the Butcher, with his back turned, Cash rolls him up, gets a 2 count. Blade tags in. Ref gets distracted. Cash is being choked out by the Butcher, who's on the apron. Butcher and Blade get Cash down in their corner, cutting the ring in half. Jawbreaker by Cash Wheeler. Dax taken off the apron. Huge power slam by Cash, which looked. He just picked the Blade up. It was a Blade hit and just slammed him down hard. Man, that one hurt. That one had to hurt. Double draping DDT by FTR on the Butcher. Suplex splash combo, which the suplex splash combo, I guess, was one of the things that they would do in WWE, and they hit it every time in WWE perfectly. This one, they were off. Dax hit the suplex. Cash went for the splash, but he landed more on the legs of the Butcher on the Blade than he did on the chest area where you should hit. Didn't look like a pretty shot. Butcher twisting flatliner combo. The Butcher and the Blade with a twisting flatliner combo. 2 count. Goodnight Express, which is also known as the Shadow Machine, gets hit. Spike power driver onto the Blade. 1, 2, 3. FTR are your winners. So excellent debut for these guys. AEW just adding to their tag team ranks. We will talk a little bit about a tag team that looks like it's going to be sticking together later. But after the match, Tony Schiavone is in the ring with FTR. They're talking a little bit. Out comes the Young Bucks, who want to thank them for what happened 2 weeks ago with them helping them. But you didn't introduce yourselves to us. Nat says, I'm Matt, this is my brother Nick, and we have been carrying tag team wrestling for the past decade. And they finally say, nice to finally meet you. The Butcher comes back in. He attacks the Young Bucks. FTR goes after the Butcher. And then Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc come in. They start brawling with everybody. It's a brawl between the Butcher and the Blade and Kip Sabian. Like Super Bad, I think it was called Super Bad. What the hell was the tag team name? Super Bad something. Enterprises or whatever. And Young Bucks and FTR. Kenny Omega comes running out trying to break things up. And then you see Hangman Page walking down as like Hangman Page would do with a glass of beer. So, good to see Hangman Page back to his old tricks. FTR then looks at Hangman Page. They're having words with him. Kenny Omega tries to back them up. And that was that. So, hell of a debut for FTR. Can't wait to see them mix it up with the Young Bucks, with all these other tag teams. The tag team division in AEW is definitely the best tag team division in all of professional wrestling. NXT, WWE, Impact Wrestling, New Japan, doesn't matter. AEW is where it's at. Speaking of tag team, we go back to the back. In the Natural Nightmares, Dustin, QT Marshall, Brandy, and Allie. Apparently next week, QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes will be getting a tag team title shot next week against Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. Before all that, Brandy's like, we gotta get this out of the way. What is she doing wearing my family's jacket? She asked QT. He's like, well, she's part of the family. She's my girl. I can't wait to see Allie stab him in the back because this is where this is going. I don't know what they would be doing with the Natural Nightmares had the pandemic not happened. I don't know if this is something they just came up with. I don't understand. I still don't get why they took the bunny away from the Butcher and the Blade. She was their manager. She was the one out there with them. Now she's trying to drive a wedge between QT Marshall and Dustin. A team that just started teaming right after Revolution. Why are they doing this storyline? Doesn't make any sense. Is it like we're just showing the fact that QT Marshall is a dumb idiot and is going to fall for this? Gonna fall for this bad apple who's going to end up kicking him in the balls and screwing him out of whatever it is, whether it's next week or whenever. Dustin's like, I hope you know what's going down next week. This is our shot for the tag team championships. You need to get your head in the game. He points at him and like points back and forth between him and Allie and QT and is like, get this settled because next week she's not going to be at ringside with us. Allie looks so pissed off. She does not look really happy at Dustin Rhodes. So next week it's going to be the tag team of the Natural Nightmares versus Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega. Will we see a breakup already of the Natural Nightmares? I don't know. All I know is I think this is too soon to be doing something like this. They just started teaming in February. Why would you want to break this up already? QT Marshall should not be on his own, because if he goes on his own again, guess what? He goes back to being a loser. Him and Dustin Rhodes should be together for a while. If you wanted to do this towards All Out, and then you have a match between QT Marshall and Dustin, that's fine. But having these guys and having Allie being brought in makes absolutely no sense. No sense whatsoever. Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander versus Nyla Rose and Penelope Ford. Both Penelope Ford and Nyla Rose attack Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida to start the match, so they get the advantage. Rose is controlled during the break. Statlander fights back, which, by the way, we had picture-in-picture this week. We did not have picture-in-picture last week, so are they going to have picture-in-picture going forward, or are they not? My thing on picture-in-picture is, like, I thought it was great. It was okay when SmackDown did it, when they first started doing it back in 2016. And then I really didn't care about picture-in-picture too far after that. So it's like, here's my thing. I would rather you have picture-in-picture go away, have an entire match, have a really long commercial break. I don't give a shit how long the commercial goes. Have a match, and then have a commercial break. Don't have matches during commercials, but don't have commercials during matches. I would rather see. I want to see wrestling evolve to where we're not having wrestling matches have commercial breaks in between them, because you have. I don't care what the hell kind of match you're having. If you could be having like a 5-star classic that could be like a 5-star classic on TV, the best wrestling match of the year on television. I don't mean of the year, but of the year on television, and it's getting hot, and the match is going great, and then it's like, oh, we got to go to commercial break. What will be in picture? I'm not hearing the match cardio. I'm not hearing all that. Anything. I'm seeing a small box with the wrestling going on. Not hearing a damn thing. The crowd, the commentators, the spots and everything. I have to listen to Taco Bell or Burger King or Popeyes or Snowpiercer. We need to evolve wrestling to where it's like, if you need to have the shirt matches be sponsored by different things. Do what football does. I mean, not American football, but football, international football, MLS, stuff like that. They don't go to commercial during matches, during first and second halves. They have up in the corner their HUD, their scoreboard, and they always have the advertisement coming off, so they don't have to go to commercials. I wouldn't care if you're having a 20-minute match, and halfway through the match you have to have Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, or Excalibur read off some kind of advertisement. That's what content creators do when they have advertisements. They don't well on YouTube they do. They don't sit there and they don't stop and go, oh well, we're gonna do this. They go with the flow. I'm tired of seeing commercials break up good matches, even with picture-in-picture. I'm just saying. Anyway, Rose with the Sheeta tags in, shoulders forward, running apron knee by lift by Sheeta. Sheeta, I see AEW's trying to get this holy Sheeta catchphrase over with. I don't know where the fuck this started from, but right before, like even before she won the title recently, all I hear is like the wrestlers on the babyface side are chanting "Holy Sheeta, clap, 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 Holy Sheeta." So they're trying to get Holy Sheeta over, and I don't get why. Does she need a catchphrase? Does she need a chant like this? No. Hikaru Shida should just be over with what she has. A great in-ring wrestling skill. Top rope missile dropkick by Shida, then a big suplex for a 2 count. It looked like she was going for the Falcon Arrow, but she pulled it into a suplex. Styling man with a $1 million knee lift, running knee to the back of the head by Sheeta, forward on forward, then a moonsault by Statlander for a 2 count. Rose tags in, goes for a Samoan drop, but elbows to the head by Statlander. Then they go a little bit later, suplex off the top rope, axe kick by Statlander, 2 count. Beautiful looking axe kick. That axe kick that she hit onto Nyla Rose by Chris Statlander. Probably if Booker T saw this match, would have him smiling because she hit a picture-perfect axe kick. Sheeta tags in, looks for a Falcon Arrow, no dice. Rose hangs her up on the ropes. Statlander comes in to try and fight her, but she gets hung up on the ropes too. And then Rose goes up and hits both women with the leaping knee off the top rope. It looked like Sheeta got a little bit more worse for wear coming off of that move. Statlander rolls to the outside, so Rose tags in forward. They're gonna go for a powerbomb leap over move. Statlander pulls her back and then they take out Nyla Rose. Big running knee by Sheeta takes out Nyla Rose to the outside. Statlander is distracted, like Chip Sabian gets knocked over by Statlander, who jumps over the top. But him and Statlander and Sabian are distracting the referee. Rose gives forward the belt. Rose hits Sheeta with the belt. It's perfect plexed. 1, 2, 3. Penelope Ford has beaten Hikaru Shida. I don't like when they do this because then obviously that means that Penelope Ford is probably going to get the title shot at Fyter Fest. And they've got to do a better way, but they have to do better than just going, well, we don't really have a #1 contender for Hikaru Shida, even though we have this list of contenders that we could have, like Chris Statlander, Nyla Rose, have the top 5 women in the division. If you can go have them all there, fight in a fatal 5-way elimination match with the winner going to Fyter Fest to face Shida. Why do we have to have the champion fucking lose. She just won the title at Double or Nothing, and you already have her losing. I know it's by hook or by crook. I know it's not a clean victory, which doesn't take away as much as it would if it was a clean victory. But I'm sick and tired of seeing champions lose non-title matches by any means necessary. Come on, the AEW, you can be better than that. Here, the latest video of Darby Allin. He is hanging out with Tony Hawk in Tony Hawk's private skate park. He's trying to do the ladder spot he did up from Double or Nothing and ride his skateboard off of a ladder. Now he's doing this without his coat on multiple times, and then the final shot we see with Darby Allin with his coat on, coming down perfectly to do it, gives Tony Hawk a high five, and that was that. So apparently the coat is magic because he did the spot perfectly with the coat. Then we get another video from the quote-unquote role model, Britt Baker. Just, hey, not much else you're gonna say. It's Britt Baker being as best of a heel as she can be. Inner Circle versus the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. We had 3 tag team matches, like really off early in this show. Like a lot of tag team wrestling in this show, which I did forget to mention. Justin Roberts is back. Justin Roberts has been MIA since we've had this quarantine bullshit happening. Like the week they went to Salt Lake, they had that show, and then they came down to Daly's place the next week, and Justin Roberts was MIA from that. But he's back. Great to see him back. I can't wait to hear John Moxley at Fyter Fest. That'll be fantastic. We haven't heard that in a while. Anyway, Inner Circle versus Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. This match, of course, comes from last week when Jericho was sitting in the ring wanting Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet, and Orange Cassidy came out and made a fool out of Chris Jericho and Jake Hager. This match was good. This match was fun. This match was all kinds of greatness. But I will have to say that we didn't get a stare down or a big interaction or like a cause and like an interaction between the crazy of Ortiz and the difference of Orange Cassidy. Like having Orange Cassidy come in and him and Ortiz sharing the ring one-on-one with both guys, with the rest of the team. Like, yes, they did have interaction in this match. I think that was a missed opportunity and would have been fantastic. The way Ortiz sells shit and the way Orange Cassidy is, I think would have been fucking fantastic. Inner Circle attack for the match. Hager tosses Cassidy up the stage and just starts beating the piss out of him. Jericho, of course, is loving this to start. They're all over the Best Friends, but Trent gets back into it. Best Friends take over. We see Ortiz thrown into Trent with a huge spear on the outside midway through the match. Now, after that big spear, Hager's like, you know what? I've had enough of this shit. Comes in and starts beating the brakes off of everybody on Best Friends and Orange Cassidy, even though Orange Cassidy hasn't done anything so far. Inner Circle in control during the break. Trent gets back in and hits a huge DDT on Ortiz. Orange Cassidy tags in. Orange Cassidy comes in. I was hoping it would be Orange Cassidy and Ortiz, but unfortunately it was Orange Cassidy and Jake Hager. They stare down. He's doing the devastating kiss right before he can put his hands in his pocket. Hager grabs him and tosses him. Inner Circle take out Best Friends. Orange is on his own. Running cannonball dive by Santana to Orange Cassidy. We had like a big thunder shock or something at the time. After that, we had some kind of we had rain going on here for a minute, and I missed what happened. But the next thing I hear is 1, 2, 3. Orange Cassidy is rolled up Ortiz, and they get the win. Shockingly, Orange Cassidy wins the match. Afterwards, Jericho leaves commentary. All the Inner Circle, minus Sammy Guevara, who has a match in a bit, are beating the hell out of the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. Jericho, with his bat Floyd, goes out and gets a huge sack full of oranges, and then another little bag of oranges, puts those other oranges in the big sack, winds it up, hits Orange Cassidy, quote unquote. Orange Cassidy is bleeding from the ear before this headshot. Picks him up, they pick him up again, and hit him with the bag again. Jericho then says, "Blood Orange Cassidy, has just been juiced. Only Chris Jericho could bring a sack of oranges and hit Orange Cassidy with it, and it actually looked good. Fyter Fest is in a few weeks, and then the week after that. I would not be surprised whatsoever if it's Jericho versus Orange Cassidy at Fyter Fest. That would be where they're going with this. Inevitably, it's got to happen. Then we go down to our match Givon, who's with our boy Billy. My name's Billy. Who doesn't? Oh, that wrong one. He's trying to talk to him, but MJF comes over, steals the mic, and says, "I'm pretty sure what you're going to say was just going to be riveting, but he's got to air grievances. The fact that he's been undefeated for a year. He won the ring, the Dynamite ring, which I don't know if they're even going to keep that a thing next year. And Jungle Boy got a title shot for him. He's just pissed off. He's not happy with the fact that he's been, like, there's a ceiling in this company, and I am the ceiling. Billy takes the title, the mic back, insults him. And then Billy says, then MJF says, well, that's great for you, but I'm pretty sure you're just out here trying to get your no-talent loser son, another one of your no-talent loser sons on over on TV, which pisses off Billy. He gets MJF gets Wardlow over there. You see Billy with Austin and somebody else. I don't know if that's one of Billy's sons or what. I don't know how many kids Billy has, but that was pretty much it. MJF is pissed that he's not getting a TNT Championship title shot, even though he's the #1 contender for not 1, not 2, but 3 weeks, apparently. And with Brian Cage getting the world title shot, MJF would have to probably wait till All Out. We'll talk about what I think he should be doing and what title he should be winning later in the show. Sammy Guevara versus Colt Cabana. It was a typical Colt Cabana match. The finish comes with him slipping again like he's on a banana peel on the apron, on the top rope. Sammy Guevara gets him into the torture rack, hits him with the reverse GTS, 1, 2, 3. Sammy Guevara beats Colt Cabana. After the match, the Dark Order music hits. They come out. They're all out there. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson are finally out of Canada, which means we probably will see Bobby Roode coming back to WWE very, very soon, because it looks like the lockdown borders is over. But he comes down, Brody Lee comes down, grabs the hand of Colt Cabana and brings him up. They all leave. We see Colt Cabana go down the same exact tunnel as the Dark Order. Phone. Let's see here. After that, he leaves. Sammy's like, "Get the hell out of here, you loser. Play my music. I'm the best thing going today," and everything. His music changes to Matt Hardy's. One of Matt Hardy's themes. Matt Hardy comes out. He says, "Cammy, I got no beef with you, man. You are the future of AEW. I see a little bit of me in you, that never die attitude. You get hit, but you keep getting back up. I respect that. But here's the truth. If you want to reach your full potential, you need to get away from Chris Jericho." He's like, "Trust me, Sammy, trust me." Sammy's like, "Oh, you want me to trust you? Here's the fact. This guy tried to kill me not once, but twice." And then you see Matt Hardy, like, shivering, and then he's like, "Matter of fact," and we got the Matt fact coming. So Matt Hardy is now able to change willingly without having to use some kind of like magic or anything if he's just trying to cut a promo. He then turns to Broken, which he then says, "I'm going to beat you, I'm going to eat you, delete, delete, delete," sending him away. So Matt Hardy, and here's the thing. Matt said you need to get away from Chris Jericho, and Sammy Guevara thought about it. Sammy Guevara wasn't instant. He wasn't instant in saying, "You know what, get the hell out of here, you're full of shit." He sat there and he thought about it. He thought, maybe, just maybe, I need to get away from Chris Jericho. He had that thought for a split, like a couple seconds. Not a split second, but a couple seconds. And then he said something about, "You know what, you're full of it. I didn't wait for Jericho. Why should I believe this guy? He tried to kill me not once but twice. So the seeds have been sown for Sammy Guevara to be leaving the inner circle. Will it happen before All Out? Probably not. But I can see it coming, like, eventually. Before the end of this year, Sammy Guevara will probably not be in the inner circle anymore. Then we go backstage to see Dasha trying to get a reward with Colt. She asks him about his losses to Jericho last week and Sammy this week. Was that what's led you to here? And we see him knock on a door. The door opens. He enters in. The camera pans, and we see the locker room of the Dark Order, and that is that. Will Colt Cabana officially join the Dark Order? Then we go into the slide reel of what's going to happen next week. MJF will take on Billy. I was hoping it would be the Gun Club versus MJF and Wardlow, but okay. The AEW Tag Team titles, the National Nightmares versus Page and Omega. The TNT title match next week, they did not name a challenger, so we don't know who it's going to be. The Six Gods versus the Best Friends. This pisses me off that they did this, and obviously that tells you something else is going to happen. But the Six Gods will take on the Best Friends, and if the Six Gods beat the Best Friends next week, they will be going to Fyter Fest for the tag team title shot, and not the Best Friends. You stupid idiots. The Best Friends, you have a title shot in a few weeks, and you're going to give that up because you got your asses kicked by the inner circle. You're going to put that on the line to take on Jericho and Sammy Guevara next week. You really, really are stupid, because if you lose next week, you're back of the line, not even going to be in first place anymore. Oh, here it is. The Super Bad Death Squad will take on the Young Bucks after what happened this week. We see Jon Moxley. So next week looks to be another stacked card. AEW is getting everybody coming back finally. We start seeing talent coming back, and the cards are getting better and better. And I can't wait for Fyter Fest. Hopefully, by the time we get to Fyter Fest, we will have fans in the crowd. It might not be full capacity, but we'll have somebody in the crowd. Jon Moxley is interviewed backstage in the parking lot by Alex Marvez. He's pissed off. He's in a bad mood. All week, Taz has been telling everyone Cage will beat him at Fyter Fest. Well, he's like, oh, really? Well, you know what? I can't wait to get to Fyter Fest, because when people talk shit and talk bullshit like that, that gets me hard. It gets me angrier, more pissed off. It makes me hit harder, work harder. And then he just keeps talking, and Taz comes into the frame. He's pissed. He's like, I'm in my dressing room, and I'm in my trailer, and all I hear you is chirping. They're talking back and forth. All of a sudden, Brian Cage comes from behind and whacks him. They brawl. Now, Moxley and them are near a plant card. It's an obvious plant card, because if you look at the license plate says AEW, and I don't think anyone's going to get the name AEW on their car. But Moxley gets a wrench. He tries to hit Cage, who moves. He breaks the window. They brawl some more. Moxley ends up getting thrown into the roof of the car. Cage is going to take and destroy Jon Moxley and powerbomb him. And Taz is like, no, enough. We sent a message. We're done. Let's go. Let's get out of here. He puts him down. He picks him up again, and then takes him and throws him onto the back window of the car, and they walk off. So Cage and Moxley should not be for the faint of heart. Should be a no disqualification match. These two want to go to war. Let them have it. Don't make it a lights out match, because then the title should never be on the line in a lights out match. I'm just saying. But make it no DQ, no disqualification, no count out. Make this anything goes, and let these guys go out there and go to war. Does that mean they're going to go out there, use thumbtacks and barbed wire and stuff like that? No. It just means that they can go out there, do whatever the fuck they want. They can go all around the arena and not have to worry about being counted out. They can't be disqualified. They have to win. They have to end the match in the ring. But give us that kind of war. Now, Cody versus Mark Quinn. This is our second TNT title match after Jungle Boy had his shot last week. Mark Quinn's first match in AEW under a singles competitor. Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy accompany him to the stage. They do the old Hardy Boys, like, you know, the old Hardy Boys thing where they would like have their fingers like, how the hell did they do that? Like they clench their fist and like you pull it out where they did little like tiger thing, and like they would like that old thing they used to do. Well, he's like passed it on to them, so they were doing it with him. Isaiah Cassidy and Matt Hardy leave, so it's down to Mark Quinn and Cody. Who would go on to face mystery opponent number 1 next week? Who knows? This was a really decent match. Now, this was a decent match. Now, during commercial break, Mark Quinn goes for a springboard. Springboard something, but remember, a couple weeks ago, he injured his ankle. In a kayfabe. Injured his ankle. So he goes up to do a springboard. Don't know what the fuck he was going to do because he goes up, his leg buckles, and he falls off, and his leg is compromised for the rest of the night. One of the cool things about this match was Cody went for a suplex. You know how sometimes you can suplex somebody and they rotate over and land on their feet. Quinn did that, rotated around, picked him up, and like, I don't know how to even put this. He pulled it. He's corkscrewed him and got him into a DDT. It was just something crazy. I've never seen it done before like this. Quinn then goes up for something on the top rope. Cody rolls out of the ring. He was in the middle of the ring and rolls to the ramp. So Mark Quinn's like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. Goes up and hits a 450 on the outside. Now it's great that they're on a ramp because and it's gonna fucking pour. Sorry about that. If they want to, if they 450 like that or something, or do something on the ramp, if you ain't got the energy to get up, you can just sit there and roll them back into the ring. Gets him back in the ring. He goes for a shooting star press off the top rope. Cody moves, which this was badly telegraphed. If this was like this would have been a tape show, they would have cut this right, because like Mark Quinn looked like he hesitated, and Cody was already out of the way before he even really leaped. Like he was getting ready to jump backwards for the shooting star press or like launch, and Cody was already out of the way. Cody moves, gets it in, grabs his ankle, puts him in the ankle lock, and then he clinches. He sits down, clinches on him, and then puts pressure on the ankle. Mark Quinn taps out. Cody wins, still your TNT champion. After the match, he picks Mark Quinn up, gives him a hug, says some words of encouragement to him. Like you could just tell that whatever he's telling him, Mark Quinn is just like excited that he got to have this opportunity. Mark Quinn, of course, last week said he hadn't had a singles match in 3 years. So he went out there and he did his best that he could do. Was it better than Jungle Boy? I'm going to say probably not. I think Jungle Boy had a better match with Cody, but again, Jungle Boy's had many singles matches over the last 3 years, and Cody and Mark Quinn has had none. So for him to go out there and give you a singles match on his own, with no singles matches in the last 3 years, that's gotta mean something to everyone. After he leaves, Hager comes down, you know, combing his hair like he always does, and messing with his hair to straighten it out. He comes into the ring, Arn Anderson's in the ring, and he goes after Arn. Cody comes over and he tosses and goes after Hager, and Hager tosses him across the ring. Beats down Cody, then Private Party and Matt Hardy come out, and Private Party had chairs, and they beat him up with some chairs. Matt Hardy and them sending him out of the ring. Inner Circle minus Chris Jericho, of course, come back down. They're with their boy Jake Hager. So they come in and we have a 4-on-4 brawl. Now, they brawl. Cody, again, I don't know why Sammy Guevara's like mission to take as many nasty Twist of Fate bumps as he can, because he takes another one tonight. So they brawl, refs come down to get it out, they try to break it up, they eventually do. Inner Circle's on the ramp, Cody and Hardy and the Private Party are in the ring. Which, by the way, Private Party got some new music, or is it just for Mark Quinn, or is it new music because they're associated with Matt Hardy? Because if it's because they're associated with Matt Hardy and this is going to be the theme going forward, fine by me. But he's like, Cody's music starts playing, he gets the mic and says, cut it. Jake, I know what you're asking for. Do you want a TNT title shot at Fyter Fest? Well, you got it. And that was that. So we don't know who's going to be going up against Cody next week. Well, we do know who's going to be going up against Cody at Fyter Fest. Now, my question is, with Fyter Fest being a 2-week affair, we have 3 weeks from this week before we get to Fyter Fest. We have at least 2 more defenses of Cody's title. So realistically, if it could be that Cody could be TNT champion at Fyter Fest, which most likely 100% he's going to be, or he could slip on a banana like Colt Cabana's been doing the last few weeks, and he could lose the title. But who is going to be the person who goes up against Cody next week? We don't know. I figured they would just go and give us Isaiah Cassidy, just because that would be what I would do. So I don't know. So I wonder now, but the fact that this is open to not just AEW stars, but anybody in the wrestling world, if they want to get a shot and AEW wants to bring them aboard, then yeah. So definitely going to be interesting to see what happens with this next week. I can't wait to see who goes up against Cody, because was it better than last week's match? No, but it was still one hell of a match. So I can't wait. Hit that, but AEW, another good show. Can't wait to see. We're getting closer and closer and closer to Fyter Fest, which they need to do one of these in August too. They do. I don't care if they go with Slamboree. I don't care if they go with a new name themselves. They need shows like this. Do they need to be 2 pay-per-view, do they need to be 2-week shows? No. They did that with Bash at the Beach, and the only reason they tried to do that with Bash at the Beach is because of the Jericho Cruise. But if they want to do AEW presents not Bash at the Beach, but Summerfest, or if they want to say AEW presents Summerfest in August, give us a pay-per-view quality show, just one, with a world title match and another title match. That'd be fine. We need to do this so it breaks, so we don't have to have those long layoffs between pay-per-views. The next pay-per-view we're going to get is in September, so we need something that is going to happen to build, so we have these guys going for something. I mean, NXT, I know, yes, NXT has months in between their pay-per-views or their takeovers, and to me, honestly, after one takeover is over, the next month or 2, depending on how many months are in between, just feels like a dead period for NXT. I would love if NXT takes the In Your House moniker after we get crowds back and makes an episode, one episode a month that doesn't have a pay-per-view for NXT, an In Your House special. That's what I would do with the In Your House moniker when we get back to crowds and they're going all over the place for takeovers. In Your House should be those. Just like the AEW needs something. They could have probably, March was going to have Blood and Guts. That was going to be their pay-per-views type show in March. Unfortunately, all this bullshit happened. April, I don't know what they were going to do. They might have had something on the cards, but then, of course, all this bullshit happened. We had to be locked inside our houses for no goddamn reason. But with things starting to open back up again, and AEW looking to be one of hopefully the best things we can have going, I cannot wait till we get there. Fyter Fest will be great. And then we go to All Out. And if it is, then it's going to be great. That's all I can say. But that is your AEW on TNT review. Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. Like or dislike this video. Find me on Twitter at The France Club. Find me on twitch.tv/The France Club. And I will see you guys on Friday for the final show before the greatest wrestling match ever at Backlash. Until then, my name is The France. See you guys later.